We want to invite this rabbi to speak here. No, it's not one of our community. So what? So what? Well, he has a different Torah. He wants to come, give divrei Torah. If he's a kosher rabbi, kosher person, so what if he's not in your community? What is the problem? What is it, an old age club? It's a membership over here? It's not one of us. We have our own rabbi. So what? What's the problem that a guest will come and speak every once in a while from a different community here? What is this? Election here? Lefty, Democrats, Republicans? What is it? People wants to come teach Torah. It's not one of our Hasidut, from a different Hasidut. So what? He's not a Hasid, he's a Litvish. He's not a Litvish, he's Sfaradi. He's not Sfaradi, he's not Chabad. So what if he's not Chabad? Torah is only Chabad? No, he's not one of Breslev. We have our way. Maybe you should open another Talmid Chacham, let him speak. Some places they are like this. Every Talmid Chacham is welcome. One yeshiva in Israel, without saying names, invited one of the important Sfaradi rabbis to speak there, Rabbi Yaakov Hillel, a very big Mekubal also. This yeshiva usually don't ever invited a Sfaradi speaker. Never. Never, ever. Everyone was shocked. What happened? Maybe they changed their agenda, whatever. Everyone was shocked. That was the talk in town. What happened? What happened? Such a shame for us that people have to be surprised that they invite a Jew that is a little bit different or maybe has a different accent, even though he's a big Talmid Chacham according to all opinions. A week later, they published in a newspaper, religious newspaper, if there is such a thing, that one billionaire from America told them, from here, from Flatbush, I will give you $1 million, I will give you $250,000 if you invite this rabbi to speak in your place. $250,000 in one check. And that's what they did. Meaning, if he wouldn't give them the money, in another 500 years, they wouldn't invite him. But for the $250,000, they agreed to invite him. If he wasn't Talmid Chacham, he doesn't know what he's speaking about, doesn't matter. Sfaradi, Ashkenazi, someone who doesn't know how to speak, don't invite him at all. Don't get me wrong, it's not always like this. I spoke in the heart of Satmar in Williamsburg. I'm the last person in the world that you should have agreed that I speak there. From Israel, speaking Hebrew, Baal Tshuva, have no long beard and peyos, don't speak Yiddish, and a suspect in Zionism, according to their opinion. Not that Chas v'Shalom, I'm the most anti-Tzioni, but in their mind, possibly is a Tzioni, which is the end of the world. And I spoke inside the big shul in Satmar, in Williamsburg, in front of more than 200 Hasidim. I also spoke in Belz, in Jerusalem, one of the biggest, nicest shuls in the world, Hasidut Belz, inside, and some other places. And many other places they invite, Faradim invite Ashkenazim, That's the way it should be. When you become a politician, that's the end of us. That's the end of us. When you put X on people because of where they came from, or they have different custom, or they eat different food, that's literally the Sinas Chinam the Torah is talking about. Because really, there's no false hatred. There's no baseless hatred besides racism, if you think about it. Because every hatred has a reason. If someone hurt you, it's not Sinas Chinam. There's a reason for the Sinah. If someone is a kofir, there's a reason for the Sinah. Everything that you're going to say, I will show you that the hatred is based on something. It doesn't come from the word. The only hatred that is totally baseless is racism. You hate someone because he's black. You hate someone because he's white. You ask someone that he came from that country because he has an accent, or because he's maybe eating different food than you, or dressed different. That's it. That's baseless hatred. Sinat Chinam. No, show me something else that is Sinat Chinam. And that's what destroyed Bet HaMikdash, and that's the reason we don't have Bet Mikdash for 2,000 years. Sinat Chinam. All the sinot in the world are not Chinam. Someone stole your money. There's a reason why you hate him. Justify or not, we can argue. But at least something triggered the hatred. Your neighbor is dancing on your head every night until 1 a.m. There's a reason for the hate. Someone makes shish kebab under your terrace and your entire house goes on flame. There's a reason for the hate. Someone's children scratch your car. Here you go, there's a reason for the hate. Some of the reasons are stupid, but they're still reasons. The only thing that is totally off is racism. And that's what we have the most in our communities.